Hello, everyone. Today is a beautiful day. Hoping you are having a beautiful start to your day. Hope your day is started with just blessings, gratefulness, abundance, joy, peace, serenity, healing, an outpour of love, kindness, prosperity. Just take it all in, okay? So, today we are going to do a daily reading as well as a weekend reading. So I guess from today until the weekend. But initially I was just going to do a weekend reading. A daily reading, and then here we are. So I already pulled the proverb card, so let's go ahead and get into it. So for today's proverb, we have 12, which is stand still. Above heaven, below earth. When harshness and darkness prevail, even the best people may withdraw from society to avoid being corrupted. By protecting themselves rather than actively working for the good, they allow people with negative purposes to seize power. In time, passivity can become stagnation and the will to fight is extinguished. So it's basically saying don't give up. If you know something is just injustifiable, don't rest on it. Keep talking about it. Keep like, no, is that? No, is that? Right? Okay. And make sure that things are being addressed that need to be addressed. Make sure that you are speaking up. Make sure that you are standing your ground. Right? If you know that this is in the right way of thinking, of speaking, of doing things, of just a moral common sense code, then don't let up on that. Because, like I said, soon that stagnation of like, okay, actually, let me just back up, because then it'll become me instead of realizing it'll never become me, because that's the reason why I'm fighting in the first place. That's the reason I understand this isn't right in the first place. That's the reason I'm deciding to take these actions and steps in the first place. I can't be corrupted by something that I'm going to continuously fight and speak about and let it be known. So, this weekend, don't be at a standstill within your life. Speak up for your life. Speak up about your life. If you know that something has been done incorrectly, unfairly, it's unjustifiable. Like I said, make sure that you are standing your ground, because that passivity of just like, oh, let it go, it is what it is, da-da-da-da. Soon you are allowing that continuous action, not just in your life but for others. And now it's the development of that system, just allowing that person to slide, of allowing that thing to slide, of allowing these rules and laws to be set in society slide, if we're thinking about it on a grand scheme of things in that way. So don't be at a standstill in your life. Allow that continuous motion and force of what is driving you to realize that that is why I will never be corrupted, because I don't ride like that. Okay, so keep that in mind for today. I don't ride like that. I'm not riding with that. The next one that we have for, I'm presuming it's Saturday because they gave me two cards, is 14, which is possession in great measure. The light of the sun reveals both good and ill on the earth below. The possession of such awareness brings challenges as well as benefits. Take advantage of this clarity to examine the uses of power in yourself and in others. The truly great person does not need bravado to shine. Virtue and kindness burns brightest. It's bringing it back to what we're talking about for the proverb for today, right? It is again continuously standing in that light, and that is why it will prevail. That is why it will always be seen, because the truth may not travel quite as fast as a lie, but when people see it, it's quite hard to ignore, right? It's quite hard to not see it. It's quite hard to not take it in. It's quite hard to not be inspired by that person and inspired by the action, recognizing that truth, taking it all in. So as long as you realize that that is the clear goal of like, no, the truth is going to come out sooner or later, because what's done in the dark comes to the light. You can't see what's happening. The truth was out of sight. Okay? Okay? I don't know if that was the afterwards, but that's what we're saying. So again, continuously stand in that and understand that and be vocal in that and take advantage of that. Like I said, it says take advantage of this clarity to examine the uses of power in yourself, within others, and how people use it and implement it, and how you can use it and implement it in your life. Okay? Last card that we have is for Sunday, which is going to be 26, which is the taming power of the great. And we were just talking about the power of you recognizing it in yourself, within the clarity, and within others. So we have above mountain, below heaven. Heaven is the great creative force. The mountain is stability and steadiness. This is the taming power of the great. Discipline and method that sustain creativity and give it form. Daily renewal of good habits requires strength of character. This leads to success. The divine spirit finds satisfaction in manifesting great works. Okay? So now it's time to set a plan in action. This is for some the end of a week until you start the accumulation of Sunday. So setting a plan in action, allowing yourself to be focused and driven in that, right? And possessing that power and using it for the capabilities of something that is beneficial. And that starts with the daily routine of being disciplined and being committed to yourself and recognizing, okay, how can I give to me? How can I allow that for me? Okay? So that was our proverb. So let's go ahead and we're going to do what is and isn't going to work for us today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Okay? Take it in. Relish in it. Realize that once you come to the truth of not just standing for anything, because you realize that that also takes energy to stand still, right? Even if the fire is extinguished, you still stand your ground and not doing anything or not speaking up or not making moves or being, So it's a realization that there's always power in something. It doesn't matter what you do, your power, your energy too. Spirit, what isn't working? What isn't working for this weekend? And today. What isn't working for today, Spirit? What isn't working for today? Okay. What is working for today? I'm not trying to get cut up. Gotta be a little more cautious in this weekend. Sorry, what's also working for this weekend? Speak Spirit. I'm gonna have to do a spread. Let's shuffle. Okay, what is working for today, Spirit? What is working for today? We got a lot of air happening. Luckily, a lot of what is working for the collective today is spirituality. It's tapping into that and allowing that. So, as always, I always like to receive what isn't working, the lesson, and that way I can see what is working and how to apply that also to what isn't. Okay? Bless me, bless my heart, bless my soul, bless my throat. Okay? So, we have the hawk. Okay, the hawk is about being able to see things from a higher perception, being able to see things and take notice, and sometimes it can be so consumed with all of that that it's not able to take it in properly, right? And sometimes it can lose focus or it can do things such as standing still. So for our daily of what isn't working, it is the hawk. And of course, I'm going to get into the key words as well as in and out and back into balance, okay? Then we have the bee. The bee is about a colony coming together in collection, right? And it is also matters of means of who you're sticking by that force, right? And once you understand that who and what you will or won't stick by, it's a matter of tapping into the power of their power and your power and recognizing that in the source of your own energy, and that when you come collectively together, that is the force that you're bringing together. So be mindful of who are you collectively bringing your energy together with and in what accumulation. Okay? Then we have the swan. Sometimes I be forgetting the swan, which is about reflection and taking it in and the beauty and the sense of things, which again is what leads to the car, which is about discipline, taking a sense of understanding into self. And that is what the swan does. It is able to be calm on the waters and is able to fluctuate and fluctuate from the beauty of self and bring that outwardly, not fluctuate. Facilitate. Thank you. Wrong F word. Facilitate that outward and show that. Okay. So for what isn't working, we have air, water. We're going to go ahead and get into that. Okay. So for today, we have Hawk, which is watchful, all-seeing messenger of divinity. When in balance, sees clearly, very intuitive. You actually have a clear focus of what you should do. You're not just going to stand around and like, well, it is what it is. Be passive aggressive about it, not actually stand still in that side. And you're able to use your intuition as to which side to choose versus feeling like you should stand still. Okay? When you're out of balance, sees too much and is suspicious. When you see too much, you feel like you are overwhelmed, you are taking too much on. I've seen this, and that's also could be why you're like, you know what, I'm just not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything. And now you're just throwing up your hands, and now you're just going to be toss shit, and now you can't actually do what you need to do in order to actually fight that shit. Fight the power, in a sense, and actually do what needs to be done. And you're suspicious of everything and everyone. And when you're suspicious, you're not actually relying on your intuition to lead and guide you because you're questioning yourself. And where you should and shouldn't go, what you should and shouldn't do, what you should and shouldn't say. Because you're suspicious of what to share with people, who to be around. You don't want that. So to bring back into balance, perspective shift. Right? Change your perspective. You're probably, how the fuck do I do that? Right? It's a matter of, if I want to do that, why are they doing that? Why are they saying that? Why are they feeling that way? Like, what is wrong with them? And if you can't come to the conclusion, because for a lot of things I can't, like when I think about serial killers, pedophiles, rapists, things of that sort, I'm just like, I can't come to the conclusion of that. So I'm not even going to fucking pester my mind. So it's a means of changing perspective into a means of, okay, how can I address this situation in a way where I'm not standing still, where I'm still able to use action in a way that I feel like I can tap a little bit more into self, right? So I would say journaling helps with changing your perspective because you're able to write down, you're able to do those things. I would say a day of silence. I always recommend a day of silence. It's beautiful. Yoga, meditation, breath work is also a way of just sitting, calming, and collecting yourself and being able to hear what's around you and take that in and allow yourself to hear things versus always speaking. And that also allows you a moment that when it is time to speak, it is time to take action again, you're able to do so clearly. So take that into the moment of the daily for today. Okay? For tomorrow, for Saturday, we have the bee. The bee is up front. The bee. Okay, so for the bee, which is Saturday, which is earnest, hardworking, and democratic. When in balance, they are content, they are active, and they are vibrant. Again, it was tapping into that virtue and that kindness, tapping into that bright, tapping into that power, tapping into that. And when you are like that, you're able to recognize what to do with other people, how to deal with that evil that's out there, the ill in the world, while balancing within a sense of self. So when you are content, you are still able to still be active, like it said, and vibrate, where it isn't a dull to your light and isn't extinguishing the fire. It is still allowing you to be that clear sense of self and that potency. Okay? So for Saturday, for what isn't working, when you are out of balance, you're overworked and you are annoyed, which can lead to you seeing too much. And when you're seeing too much, you give up your hands and you already know something isn't morally right or justifiably correct. It starts to annoy you. It starts to piss you off. So then you start to try to do things to distract your mind, and that causes you to be overworked, overwhelmed, because now you try to avoid something that you should be fighting in the first place, that you should be going against in the first place, that you should not just be standing on the sidelines about, that you should be speaking up and vocal about. Right? So we're carrying that into the next day. Is the realization of, have I done what I need to do to address the situation? Or do I still feel like I'm not actually relying on myself, or I'm suspicious about how? No, just do it. Because right now, overworking yourself, doing all this, doing all that, Because you're suspicious, you don't know who to share with, you're not sharing with anyone, which is not actually allowing you to expand and shift. So bring it to vacation, a mini vacation. Bring it to vacation, a mini vacation. You must really need a vacation. So bring it to balance, a mini vacation, which can also help you change your perspective. Being able to explore, waking up in a different area, being in a different area. I wanted to say state or culture or environment or things of that sort can also change your perspective. So that way, when you go back home, you're seeing things in a different reality because you were able to relax your mind, relax your body, enjoy yourself. Just like, okay, I can never go wrong with at least choosing me. And at least choosing something to do with myself. So that way, when I do go back, I'm able to still be vibrant and active and use my intuition to see things clearly of what I need to do. Okay? So Saturday, take a mini vacation, a staycation, take a quick little road trip. Maybe we go like an hour out and just like do it, take the bus somewhere and just sit on it until it gets to the end of the line, whatever it is. Just do something where you're able to change your perspective and outlook on something that Spirit is saying you need to do what you need to do. Okay? So for the Swan, which is for Sunday, which is Watcher. Swan towards the end. Yep. Effortlessly creative, sensitive, mystic, and elegant power. So when in balance, you have infinite creative power, which is why they want you to get disciplined, which is why they want you to have a routine, a structure, a schedule, something where you're able to actually bless my heart, bless myself, bless my throat. We are able to actively use that. If it's an infinite amount of creative power, that means there is no end to the source of what you can pull out of yourself. But you have to recognize your limit. You have to have boundaries with yourself and others. You have to have a structure so that way you're able to at least not be sporadically all over the place, which can also lead to the overworking feeling as well. But so for Sunday, they want you to actually hone in on that. You have an infinite creative power, right? That is where that reflection comes in. That is where that looking at that inner beauty, that elegant power. It says effortlessly creative, which means, that's my alarm to wake up, which means you are able to allow that into that sense, okay? So if it is infinite, you want to be able to pull from that in a way that isn't overwhelming, that isn't anxiety ridden, that isn't depleting, that isn't so overgiving, that isn't egotistical, that isn't, all these things you want to be able to do where it's just like, I understand this, I got this, I can do that, yeah, or no, I can't, but I work on it. Okay. When you are out of balance, you are agitated, snippy, and lacking vision. It's because that can be a means of being irritated with yourself, being irritated with what you haven't done. Maybe you started projects and you don't finish them. Maybe you haven't been as creative as you want to. Maybe you feel like you can't do things and you're limiting yourself, and you feel like with that limitation, it's putting effect on your energy, which it does when you limit yourself when you have infinite creative power. So it's certain things where it's like, now I'm agitated, right? Because maybe you want to be in a spot, but you feel like now you're holding yourself back, and now you're irritated with how you hold yourself back. So certain things, you're snippy with other people, you're short with other people, you're frustrated with other people. It's in a means that you have to allow that out. When you're not creative, it turns into something, that evil, that confusion, that negativity. I don't want to say that, but that's the word that's coming to my mind, where it's just like, well, you ain't gotta do that. But when you are lacking vision, you are lacking focus, you are lacking direction, you become narrow-minded. It's like everything is honed in. And it's quite hard to tap into an infinite creative power when everything is. Yeah, Ruhi. So bring it to balance, solo time or writing. Like I said, that daily journaling, allowing that meditation, this breath work, that mini vacation, taking a drive, changing that perspective and allowing that in. Those are things that are going to work for you, because being irritated and frustrated to a point no return is not something that is going to work out. Sir, you cannot be up here right now. No. Yeah. So, but thank you, Ruhi. Thank you for your investigation. So, That isn't what's working. So make sure we're doing that. What is working? We have 2 spirit cards for you, which is, oh, I love that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So the sea serpent, which is about that creative energy because it is led by the 2nd chakra, which is about healing emotional wounds and expressing desire. So that is you being more vocal. That is you, again, expressing that with action. That is you being able to express that freely without any harm. There's literally an I within that. And it's a circle, and it's almost like they're going to connect, but they don't. And it's a means of connection that into a center of self, right? It says the sea serpent represents the energy of expression. Being able to do that, being able to be vocal. Like I said, you cannot just stand by. Can't stand by in your own life. It's just, don't do that to yourself, okay? It says, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire, the sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. Okay? So again, it's that means of tapping into that. And when we're talking about relationships, it allows you to also choose when you're not going to stand by and allow something. It allows you to tap into that and hone it. I'm looking for his water. He'll find it. And tap in on that, okay? It says, the current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives and in other places it floods. It's important to remember no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same, okay? So, it says it is okay to deep within the pelvic bowl. So doing some hip yoga will continuously help you tapping into that creativity, especially since that may be something that you may be struggling with. So today, prepping that, which is the Monday card, which is the sea serpent, is starting that, and that way you can add that to the daily routine that you decide to create when you're journaling and having that solo time for that, so that way you're able to start that in the middle in the morning, or maybe do it at night, something of that sort, so that way you continuously have that, okay? So it is the center of creativity and desire is associated with the water element. Also taking a bath, being by a body of water, taking a shower, getting out in the rain. I don't know, staring at water, playing it, I don't know. Just allowing yourself to be near and recognizing that. Trying to listen to the water within your own body. Who knows? Hearing the rush within your ears, hearing water sounds, hearing the beach crashing. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into the next one, which is air, which is the hummingbird. I seen an owl the other night. I'm gonna have to read that. I thought they didn't have the owl, but never mind my mind. So for Saturday, we have positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So, and we're taking that in and we're thinking about the bee and allowing ourselves to continuously be vibrant as the collective, allowing ourselves to be content and active and being able to do that and not allow ourselves to be annoyed or overworked. Being positive and enthusiastic and spiritually resourceful allows that. When you're able to tap into that sea serpent, that energy, being creative and having that infinite source and that power, it allows you to recognize that you also have energy, and it's very vibrant, it's very colorful, it's very amazing. And we love that, okay? So, when you are in balance, you are smart, curious, and you love to learn. And that's beautiful because, like I said, you don't want to be narrow-minded. You don't want to stand still. You want to continuously be active, and you want to continuously shine bright in that aspect. So continuously be curious, continuously diving into that, continuously being smart with your words, smart with your actions, and then allows that to happen, okay? When you're out of balance, you are pushy, insistent, and sharp. So you feel yourself slipping into there when you feel like you're like trying to rush things, go quickly, trying to push others. You're leaning into that judgmental side of the sea serpent, judging others, judging yourself, because you're thinking on the outside source of like, what is it going to look like? What is it going to be? And we don't want to do that, okay? If you are insistent, continuously asking, and somebody's giving you the answer or over and over, you are now crossing boundaries, and we don't want to do that either, okay? And you are sharp, just in a way where it's abrasive, and we don't want to do that. It's quite hard for people to feel like they can share information with you or even give you more information that you don't know if you're just sharp like you know it. You gotta be like that. So, to continuously stay in balance, take a class. If it's on YouTube online, take that class. Do what you do. If it's outside, taking a cooking class, a clay class, a book making class, whatever type of class. Take a class continuously, right? Or teach a class, I'm hearing. Go out and teach. See if you can teach the elderly something at your nursing home. If you don't want to do with kids, if you don't want to do with either, see if you can do with, what is it, still like summer camp time? If you don't want to do that, see if you can, teach some animals and stuff. If you don't want to do that, maybe you don't want to teach. See if you can teach a plant how to grow weird. I don't know. Find what you want to do, okay? The last one that we have is the cosmic egg, which is Sunday. So we're going to go ahead and pull into that. That is the 5th chakra, I believe. No, it's not. It's the 6th chakra. I lied. Unicorn is 6. This is the last chakra, 7, which is completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. Again, leading back to that swan, the infinite creative power, infinite, the completion, the harmony, the effortless creativity, allowing those things to happen. So, it's the final card in the journey, and it represents unfolding of cosmic consciousness. Again, that's why it's pick a side, right? Because you need to recognize that I need to pick myself, pick my environment, and cultivate that in a creative, expressive way. Okay? It says, it states emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace we experience self-realization, which is like the swan looking back at the water. A sense of contentment and oneness, like the bee, spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted like the hawk. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, like the hummingbird, or that we travel alone disconnected from others, like the sea serpent. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer of fast of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. Okay? So the power of this card, we're reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to our life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. As we can see, the journey is complete, but it does not end. Okay, and that's the 7th. It's the crown chakra. It's the top of the head, and it aims of yoga and meditation practice is to help us to channel this energy as well. Okay, so taking that in, that is what is working for us for these weekends. What is and what isn't. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into love, and then I think I'm gonna just go ahead and close it out with some final messages after that. Okay. I wanted to pull this one actually. Spirit said, hold on. We're just gonna do this one really quickly, and then I'll get into love. What you got, Spirita? So we got full moon, which we just experienced in Aquarius. Okay. So full moon is about the accumulation, the end, new information, the climax, end results. It's about end results. Let's see if they have anything important, because Spirit sometimes leads me there because they led me to the book. So it's a ceremony, accumulation, or completion of the cycle in time. There is magic here. So, yeah. The full moon has the power to magnify your dreams, which is also why some people be having vivid dreams, weird dreams, and also just fantasies, creativity, that reality in a sense. So the full moon can be the end to that and realizing an accumulation of your dreams as well. Okay? So, says meditate or perform a ritual on the full moon to draw more of her power, feminine, receptive energy into your life, projects, and rituals, which will definitely help you, since that is also the sea serpent in a lot of those cards of recognizing, tapping into your creative power and receiving things. That's the feminine energy of receiving. So receive the brightness of the full moon. We have meditate, taking that moment again of meditating, tapping into self, especially in moments where you have to stand your ground, choose the side that you know is right, and allow yourself to still tap within. Okay, it says this asks you to create more stillness in your life. Utilize meditation, breath work, and or other gentle activities to relieve stress and bring more peace into your entire being. You may need a break from daily duties for clarity, which again is why we definitely want to take that in and do those times of meditating, especially on our hips, especially on Sunday. Okay, some more quiet time and less attachment are required. And allow yourself to universally connect within every cell of your body. Okay. And the last one we have is shift, which is very understandable since the first card that we got for the daily was shifting the mind, shifting the perspective, shifting your ideas. There is a shift within the energy. There is a shift within yourself, within your environment, and what you want to do, what you want to cultivate. So why wouldn't there need to be a shift in your perspective, in your mind? Say it, mindset, and how you go about things. But in all honesty, and how you go about things and your actions and what you're taking are also going to have to change. But if you are changing your life but not your mind and what you are doing, it's never going to line up, and that's going to be causing some issues. Okay, so miracles, divine intervention, the end of stagnation, and divine inspiration are here now. Okay, so welcome change. Your answer you have been seeking is here now. Okay, just about a breakthrough, shift. It's a change. If that is changing, everything else has to change. It's a full moon. It's the end. It's the result of something. So taking that in and realizing that. Are you in the correct spot? You aren't. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. All right, let's go ahead and get into love for just the accumulation of Friday to Sunday. I always say I won't be before you long, but also, I was raised in a black church, so take it. All right, Spirit, what do you have for today for love? And Saturday and Sunday. What do we got for today, Saturday, and Sunday in regards to love for the collective? Is it looking like? What's it looking like? What's it feeling like? We got blooming. Your love is blooming. Your expression is blooming. You're blossoming. You're growing. You're loving on yourself. You're caressing yourself. You're allowing yourself to sit still and just feel everything and allow everything to just flow and flourish within your love life. And that is the best, because when you allow things to flow within love, it allows you to not have restrictions in the space and capacity that you can give to others and to yourself, while still being in respect of boundaries, right? That's why roses have thorns. That's why they have like that sap where sometimes they secrete it to kind of ward you off, because there's still protection within beauty, within blossoming, within radiance. We have not for you. Not for you. So you could be talking to someone. You could be contemplating going back out there and going back to an ex. I'm hearing. It's a means of you wanting to take that next step. It's a means of recognizing that you're blooming right now. And if you're blooming right now, you haven't quite blossomed, right? You're not there. So if you're blooming, that means you're still growing in the love, cultivating the love that you truly want and desire. So before you decide to take a major step of like, yeah, this is it, recognize that you're still growing within the love that you truly want to cultivate. And once that is honed in on, maybe that won't be what you truly desire, what you truly want, right? And it's in a means of just coming into that reflection of they're not for you. So with that, they have date, flirt, and play. Just for fun. Just go out there and have fun. Recognize that the more that you experience, not saying that you have to put yourself in situations, especially regards to what's going on in the world, always is that going on in the world. If you're a woman, it's always been some shit in the world. If you're a black woman, it's always been some shit in the world. But in the realization of taking that in and cultivating that, it's date for play, just for fun. Just go out there and experience, be spontaneous, take that vacation, go to a place where ain't nobody gonna recognize you the next day, maybe. But just date, flirt, and have fun. You're still blossoming in your love, so to decide and so not even settle for something, but settle for something when you haven't even fully gotten to the part where you're there. You're at that stage. Anything else, Spirit? We have honest conversations and time apart. So yeah, maybe it's just a means of letting it be known, like, hey, if you are talking to someone or if you're in a relationship and you're discovering that you are cultivating and changing within the love that you are wanting to experience and have for your life, whatever it is, or if you're thinking about getting back in the dating scene or whatever it is, it's a matter of having honest conversations with yourself, with your partner, with the person you're talking to, with the person you're dating. If your love is still blossoming and blooming, just let it be known, like, hey, I don't think you're the one for me right now, mainly because I'm still discovering what love, what that means to me, what that feels like for me, what is currently developing inside of me. And I'm just here to date, flirt, and play. Don't say it like that. But it's just a means of just having real honest conversation what you want. And sometimes that may lead to time apart of a person, like, oh, okay. And that's also what's leading to not for you. Because once you have honest conversations, the person is able to say, hey, this and this and this. And you can also realize that, oh, that's why they're not for me. And if I feel like you're not the right one for me, I'm definitely not the right one for you, because I won't be putting in anything in regards to feeling like you're the one for me. Because it shows out in action. That was a verb. Alright, anything else, Spirit? Anything else, Spirit, in regards to love? We have worth the wait and overcoming challenges. Right? We have worth the wait. So again, this is worth the wait. This is worth allowing yourself to just experience and have fun and go out there and just recognize that I'm blooming and I don't really like that. I think I like that. That's cool. I thought I like that, but let's just kind of some shit. Whatever it is, you're experiencing, you're enjoying yourself, you're being admired, whatever it is, okay? And you're being honest. You're having honest conversations. And that is allowing you to overcome challenges. Now, if you're in a relationship, in regards to overcoming challenges, it's a means of maybe you did have the conversation, you did have that time apart, and once you blossom, because who's to say when you blossom? We don't put time on some things around here. Whatever that is, it's the means of that time apart can just be the means of that allowed you guys to overcome that challenge of that person respecting you, what you decide to do, and or that person approaching you and you respecting that person, and it just allows the beautiful cultivation of a relationship where it was built off of being like, oh, okay, I got you. I can respect that. I can do that. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get these final messages for the accumulation of today, our daily, and then the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll wrap that baby up. Okay? Anything else, Spirit, in regards to today, tomorrow, and Sunday? For the collective. You are stronger than you know, and you are. So stand your ground. Stay rooted within. Recognize that. You are stronger than you know. And once you recognize your strength, you're even stronger than that. We have, oh, happy day. I love you for free. With that realization of you tapping into self, you realizing that is a happy day. Like I said, it's that aha moment. I didn't read that part, but that's what the shift is about. It's that aha moment, that epiphany of like, wow, that happy day in somebody in your environment, you yourself also loving you for free. We have shut up and listen. That comes to the meditation. That comes to sitting with self. That comes with the journaling, that solo time, that vacation, that shifting, that perspective, that allowing that, right? We have strategy needed before action is taken, which again is that discipline, that commitment to self, that true desire, that true appeal to hone in on your infinite creative power and do that effortlessly, right? And just allow yourself to recognize that. So, shut up and listen. We have on a wing and on a prayer. We have on a wing and on a prayer. So this is letting me know in regards to just recognize that we don't, and maybe last minute, and maybe the last withdrawal, and on a wing and on a prayer, it's all going to work out in the end. We have ancestors pleased. Ancestors pleased as always, which is why it may feel like it's on a wing and on a prayer. It's that last second, that last moment, but that's where the oh happy day comes in. That's where the aha moment, the epiphany comes in, that perspective shift, that dedication that comes in, where it's like, oh, okay. And that pleases the ancestors. Whenever you level up, whenever you realize more, whenever you love yourself more, whenever you just start expressing and loving it and doing and being, it feels good, okay? Clean your office, clean your house, clean your mind, clean your body. Okay? So that has been the reading. I do these now. I'm going to switch up the schedule. So this, I will do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Live on my Instagram. You can find me also on my podcast as well. And the Instagram at Latisse_Moon on everything. And yeah. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, that you guys got something. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, so that way I can continuously share these messages in my own little way. All right, I love you guys, but love yourselves more. Until next time.